Hi guys, right, Wayne back here again with you. It's been just under 2 months since my last model. I've bought a new model, it's next model time. So here is what I've bought. As you can see, it is the Revell 04801 USS Voyager. I don't know the scale, but it's 51 centimetres. I think it's probably just over a foot long, well, probably about 2 foot long. You've got the various pictures on the back there. Tells you can do the K's-on fighter and the Marquee Raider. To be honest, I won't mind having a crack at them in due course. So that's the box. Apparently it's level 3. And that model cost me £17 from Amazon. It would have been 22, but one of my fellow goods in work mates, Simon, he had one of those vouchers for his phone, so he let me have it because it was a £5 off gift voucher, so he let me have it. So thank you to Simon for that. So basically, I've laid all the screws out, as you can see. Now you can see how big this is. I'll do what Coraline did. I mean, there's my hand. You can see it's bigger than my hand. It's probably twice my hand. So there's a saucer section. Detailing is really nice. Not too bad at all. That's the bottom part. Sorry, top part. That's the bottom part there. You can see some of the panel lines are really nice and detailed. Now, I'm not going to buy any aftermarket parts for this kit. I'm not going to buy any photo etch. I'm not going to buy any shuttlecrafts or anything. So I'm just going to do this out the kit. So there's the two parts of the lower hull. You can see all the panel lines. I might have to, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I might put some pencil lines like I did on my Viper to bring those out. There you got the warp nacelles. The various bits and bobs that fills the holes in on that part, them sections there. And you got the actual bottom and the top half of the landing bay and underneath. And you got the deflector. I think that part goes in there. Then you got the struts for the warp nacelles. Now I think you can position them in warp mode or in non-warp mode, impulse I should say. And then you got the stand. I don't know how that's going to fit onto the stand yet. I'm going to have to look at that. Then you got the clear parts for the deflector and for the warp nacelles and the various windows as well. Not bad. Now comes the decal sheet. This decal sheet is very, very impressive. Some of these decals are really small. So it's going to take me, to be honest, I don't think the construction is going to take too long. I think it's going to be more decals than anything. And then comes the instruction guide. Looks very easy once I flip the pages. Looks fairly straightforward. But the one thing, like on the Tornado, is the placement guide. You can see there's bloody loads of placements for the decals. So it's going to take me a while to decal this. Now, my only gripe with the paint, again, Revell in their infinite wisdom, they want you to mix 70% light grey with 30% of normal grey. I ain't going to do that. Just like on every other Revell model I've pretty much got to mix the colours. So what I was going to do, if you remember my Mobius Galactica, if you remember, I spray painted the grey primer on, and then from a distance I lightly dusted it with white to get that light grey effect. I think I'm gonna do that because on the internet I can't find any Starship Grey paint, whether it be rattle can or by brush. But I think I might do it that way because it turned out really well, that did. So I'm gonna do it that way. Any of you guys watching this video who've built Star Trek models in the past, if you can give me some tips and tricks if there actually is a Starship Grey in a rattle can or a brush paint, that would be great. But that's the review. Quite looking forward to building this. Stay with me. Hi guys, as you can see I've started construction on the Voyager. But first of all, you can see there's some light coming from my desk because I've bought myself a nice fluorescent tube lamp. I'm just going to switch it off. and as you can see the difference. Switch it back on again. Bought it from Argos for £15. It's mains powered. It goes all the way down there into the mains. There's a screw there and a screw there with a bracket to hold it to the actual shelf underneath. Going back to the saucer section, you can see that I've put the inserts in. Those three there on both sides are glued in from the inside, and that one there and that one there, both sides are glued from the outsides. And then once I've got those into place, then I put that insert on that forward section there from the inside. You'll note that there is another piece that goes in there, which is namely that piece there. I've got to paint that and then glue it into place, because if I put it in and then paint it from there, it's going to be very awkward to get in my brush, so I'm going to leave that till later. You've also got that insert there and that insert there. Those are glued from the inside as well. Also, you can see that I've put the windows in again from the inside. Turn this over. You can see there. Now, using my micro crystal clear, I glued those into place. Now the only problem is at the bottom here, they keep wanting to move forward, so I have to slot them back into place. But luckily with the micro crystal clear, it dries clear, so I'm not going to have any glue marks like I would have done if I'd have used my poly cement. So that micro crystal clear is a bloody godsend, especially when you do clear parts and canopies. So I've glued all those into place, and on that side as well, as you can see. There will be decals I've got to put on from the inside, but I haven't done those yet. There's that part that glues in from the inside there, that's in that section there, that indentated section. Now this insert here, which I've told you from the outside, it was a bit hard to get that into place there. I had to push it into place, and eventually it did snap into place, and the glue is now doing its work. You've got that insert as well. Then you've got the clear parts there. Those are glued into place as well. On this bottom one here, there's two little notches. Now I could have done with those notches to prevent those from moving forward on the other pieces, but you know, they haven't put those in. But relatively quick progress. Stay with me, guys. Right, hi guys, welcome back. Right, as you can see, I've done a little work on the Voyager. I'm doing a little bit every day because, as I said, this ain't going to take long to put together. So basically, you can see that I've put the clear parts in on the lower half of the saucer section. Just get me brush. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 there with me micro crystal clear, and they've dried perfect. So that's the saucer section. Now as you can see, I've started on the lower hull as well. So I've glued all that together, and I've got my electrical tape holding it together. And as you can see, so basically when you glue all the way down there, and then on the top as well, which I'll explain in a moment, and as you can see, I've got a massive long seam to deal with, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then I glued this back part in, and then I put some glue and ran it all the way around there and there. I might have to fill that in, I don't know yet. We'll see how it looks when the electrical tape comes off. Also, you can see that I've put the clear parts in as well, as you can see. Now I'm not going to use those interior retrospective decals because they're white backed. If they'd have been colour, I might have used them, but what the problem is, if I put them on, once you've painted the windows, the window frames, and left that little square clear, you're not going to see them. But kudos to Revell for putting them in. Right, now, as you can see, I've clicked in the deflector dish panel, because what I'm going to do, much like on that bit on the top of the saucer section, it's going to be a pain in the arse to mask this. So when I actually come to paint it, I'm going to clip that into place. I'm going to put some masking tape on the back of the deflector, and then obviously once I spray paint my grey, and then with the light dusting of the white onto the deflector itself, it'll all be painted. I can then go ahead and put the clear pieces in once I've painted them, and then slot that back into place. So it will save me a lot of work having to fiddle around with the masking and everything else, so I'm going to put those in later. Right, putting that to one side, as you can see, I've also done the warp nacelle struts. Got my clamps working them, as you can see there, and there as well. You got this little rod here, so if you want to display it in warp mode or in impulse, you can put those in, and you don't glue that rod in, you just slot it in. As you can see, 3 moves. So I'm just waiting for the glue to dry, and then I can take the tape off of the hull as well. So, quick progress indeed. Stay with me, guys.